Hi, this is a video for curriculum area of science, how science facilitate creativity among three different age groups. Let's start with the first age group, 0 to 2 years old. The creative activity is light and shadow play. At this stage, the children are young, and so the best way to teach them is through sensory or visual areas. In the science, I would like to use light and shadow play, like having cuttings of different objects and shapes, maybe the face of a cat, a rabbit, or a dog, like different shapes, and putting the shape and then torch behind it to reflect its shadow, and showing the shadow to babies, like giving them a shadow play of different animals and different objects. This is a good way to explore science and also to increase their knowledge about their surroundings and their awareness. It can facilitate their imaginations as they watch different shadows emerging, and how the shadows emerge, like what's the principle behind it. In the dark, when there's a shape in front of a torch, it blocks the light, and how the shadow appears on the wall. They will not think that much at this stage, but yes, they will think how this happens. Wow, there's a shadow on the wall. What kind of shadow is that? So, for sure, it will increase their curiosity, and curiosity for sure leads to imaginations and creativity. That this is a very simple activity for this level, and for I believe it will help in their creativity. Next is 2 to 3 years. For this age group, I have a activity called melting magic. For this, the main thing is ice. Let's take some ice cubes and play with it. So this in this activity there will be different things like hot water, or just simple plain ice, or maybe salt, and that's it. Like take a for this there's three experiments. Like for first take 2 3 cubes and then leave it on the table inside the room. Then take another 2 3 cubes, put it in the outdoor yard where there's sunlight coming. And then there's third experiment, put a ball of hot water and put 2 3 ice cubes in there, and then start a timer. Let's wait with the children and see what happens after that. For sure, after some times, the ice in hot water will melt and nothing will be left. Why? Because it's hot water, so simply ice will melt. And children will see, yeah, this is melt, but what about the ice on the tray inside the classroom? It's still there. But what about the outside one, which is in the sunlight? It will not become fully water, but around 60 to 70% because of sun heat, it will also become water. And inside the classroom, it will be like 20 30% of water is made from the ice already. So, this way, I can tell the children how ice reacts to different things, like how what's the response of ice in hot water, what about at room temperature inside the glass, and what about what happens to ice when we put it outside in the sunlight. And then they can think about themselves. Oh, so different things react to different surroundings. What else can we use instead of ice? Does all this situation affect only ice, or do they affect other things such as fruits, vegetables, flowers? And when they think, they might go home and try to do themselves. Uh, Firstly, maybe they can try to put the same. Maybe they can try to do the same with ice, but they can also use flowers as well. So it's on their own, but what kind of object they would like to do experiment on. But it is definitely going to arouse their curiosity about why does this happen and how does it only affect one thing or other things also. So that's where it leads to creativity, and they'll go by themselves how to explore it. Move on to the next. That's 3 to 5 years old. This one is like a bit more mature age group. So here I'll go with like giving them not that hard activity but a very simple. Uh, we can for this I'll take the children to an outdoor yard and then let them put some food, maybe leftover food like bread or sugar something on the floor, and then wait and see like there will be ants or there will be pigeons coming to take the food away, and then we can together click photos of how they work. Like maybe there was a home of ants near a wall, and then we can leave some breadcrumbs or leftover food near that, and then slowly from a distance watch how the group of ants take the food away, how they work, how fast they are, how they put bit by bit and take all the food away. So this is a very patient activity, and they can observe and see how these little animals work, how they have such strong coordination and cooperation. So they can learn like, oh, this ant is working so hard, they take all the food away, and they help each other, how they come in straight lines and how they go back by themselves. And then they might be curious and try to observe other animals such as pigeons, parrots, or maybe cats and dogs as well, because just an assumption that maybe in the neighborhood or by themselves or they might have seen a dog or a cat somewhere. That's the like common animal or pet we can see around ourselves. So they might go and try to observe how it reacts to food. Does it go back to its home on their own? So it they can try and see and imagine what do other animals do and how they work. So this is a kind of science experiments I can do with the children of different age groups to facilitate their creativity, to enhance their imaginations, first by giving them knowledge and then letting them experiment and then letting them think of the experiment done, asking them open-ended questions to arouse their curiosity and letting them think about those questions, which leads to them doing something and observing. That's all for this video. Thank you.